Hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2018. As you can see, we are currently 7 points clear of Sir Lewis Hamilton. Fantastic. And in the vehicle performance comparison chart, we are still up there right on the top step. Right on the top step. And we're going to put some more parts onto the car now to ensure that we stay there. And one of those parts, of course, is going to be the ICE, the internal combustion engine, because we seem to wear them out pretty quickly, but of course that could be the fact that we run most of the race in rich mix. Yes. Anyway, let's have a look now. You can see we've done most of our goals, most of our things have been completed, and we've got that internal combustion engine on there as well, which is great. And the weather for the race looks like it's going to be dry. Wowzers me trousers.
It's time for us to settle down and the drivers below to get fired up. Once again, welcome to Singapore as we get ready for the green light and the start of what should be a fantastic qualifying session.
So here we are then at the Singapore Sling. Not a circuit that the Hookster likes, but he is improving every time he races here. So let's have a look and see what we do as we just cross the line now for the first qualifying run. And it's second place at the moment, just a few tenths off of Nico Hulkenberg's time. As we accelerate forward now to a little bit later into qualifying, you can see that we've dropped down to 13th place at the moment, but we are almost 3/4 of a second up on our Delta time. So we should improve on that and hopefully get into the top 10 as we're about to cross the line now. And oh yes, we do. 6th position. We have split the Mercedes of Bottas and Hamilton at the moment as we accelerate forward now to the little bit later into qualifying, maybe almost at the end. In fact, yes, just 24 seconds left of qualifying. We're still in 6th place, but we are almost 3 tenths now up on the Delta as we're about to cross the line, and it puts us in at the 4th position. Fantastic. But are we going to stay there? Are we going to stay there? Well, that's it for qualifying. It's now over. We've dropped down to 5th place. We cross the line, and it's going to be still 5th position for the race. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's pretty decent. It has to be said for Singapore. So there you go then. 5th place for us. Our teammate Daniel Ricciardo actually got pole position. Lewis Hamilton in 2nd. So we're going to select a team rival now before we continue, and we're going to select Kimi bloody Räikkönen.
As the sun sets over the South China Sea, the sport that never sleeps is alert and raring to go. Welcome, under the bright lights of the Marina Bay Circuit, to another Singapore Grand Prix. It's a very long, very physical lap, this one, and really there's not much in the way of margin for error. So we have a bit of an endurance race for you tonight. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Räikkönen, Murray and Alonso, Bottas, Perez, Ocon and Charles Leclerc, Van Dorn, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean and Hulkenberg, Hartley, Gasly, Marcus Ericsson and Lance Stroll, Sirotkin and Carlos Sainz starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So once again it's time for the 5 lights to go out on the Seasons career mode, and we say go go go, and it's away he goes from 5th position on the grid. Kimi Räikkönen in front and Vettel wows as he gets overtaken by Fernando Alonso, but what's he going to do to turn 1? Oh, it's a dive for Hookster. Wowzers me trousers. Yes, he manages to get through. A little bit of contact there, I do believe, but yes, he's got through up into 4th position just behind Sebastian Vettel. It's another fantastic performance from the guy that never gives up and he never surrenders, don't you know. So he's in the middle now of a Ferrari sandwich between Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. But what's he going to do? Is he going to do a dive into Vettel into this next turn? Is he? No, he actually backed off out of that. Fantastic. He's actually thinking all the time with the Hookster because he wants as many points as he can to try and win this championship in Season 2. As Hamilton is just ahead of Vettel. You can see there, of course, our championship rival at the moment is Lewis Hamilton. Just looking back at Kimi Räikkönen there, we're still ahead, and gain a little bit of purchase on Kimi there, and we are also gaining a little bit of purchase on Sebastian Vettel just ahead of us as we go through the twisty turns at the Singapore circuit, and Kimi Räikkönen still attacking like crazy as Sebastian Vettel kicks up a little bit of the dust there at Singapore. Yes, there's quite a bit of dust on the circuit at the Singapore circuit, and we are still desperately trying to catch up to the back of Sebastian Vettel in 3rd place. Of course, we're all on the hyper soft tyres. Yes, this is 2018 when they all went absolutely mental for the tyre sets. Yes, hyper soft for 2018, ultra soft, very soft, Slightly soft. Oh, God, I just gave up again. I just absolutely gave up in the end, and thank God they stopped it for 2019. Anyway, this is almost the end of the first lap. Still chasing Sebastian Vettel. Kimi still behind us, as you can see. Oh, a little bit of judicious corner cutting there from Nookster. Yes, a little bit there, but we managed to hold on to this 4th position now, as we now accelerate forward now to lap 3. And unfortunately, Sebastian Vettel has started to pull away from us. As you can see, a little bit more of a gap between us and Sebastian Vettel, and he's slowing down. Oh my goodness, Sebastian Vettel is slowing down. I just heard Jeff over the radio say that Sebastian Vettel had a problem with his car, and we've got past. Yes, so up there to 3rd position, up onto a podium. Bloody-tastic. But what happened to Sebastian? I think it was an engine problem there. Anyway, we accelerate forward to lap 4. Still holding on to 3rd place at the moment for Nookster, but it's time for him now to come in for his pit stop. Yes, so we come in now. Oh, this is very, very tight, this pit stop at Singapore. You have to be very, very careful you don't bump up onto the curb, so you could actually smash straight into the pit wall as you come in there. But as you can see, we're now going to change onto the ultra soft tyre, and oh, there's a little bit of a hold there. No, we got held up by the Force India Racing Point. Unbelievable. We lost about a second there, a good second, but it's okay. We're going now, but we're down to 16th position now at the moment as we rejoin the field. We're just ahead of Sergio Perez in the Racing Point in 17th place, and just ahead of us is Sergei Sirotkin in that Williams car. So we rejoin now, still holding on at the moment on lap 5 to 16th position after our stop as we accelerate forward now, still on lap 5, just going past the pits. Thankfully more cars have come in, so we're going to gain a few more positions, hopefully get into the top 10, although I don't think we will. I don't think there's enough cars that have come in. Yes, we do actually. Wowzers. Yes, up into 8th position now as we accelerate forward at the end of lap 6, and there's more cars coming in for their pit stop, so now we're up into 3rd place just behind Lewis Hamilton. Yes, Lewis Hamilton, our championship rival at the moment, is currently ahead of us in 2nd place as we accelerate forward after lap 10. Lap 10 still holding on to 3rd at the moment, and there's a car slowing down. I don't know who it is. It's not a Mercedes, is it? No, I don't think so. No, it's Sergei Sirotkin in the Williams. He's now out of the Grand Prix. We stay in 3rd place, but at the moment Lewis Hamilton is still ahead of us, so we are going to be beaten, I do believe, as we accelerate forward at lap 12. Lap 12, still in 3rd position now. We're now 10 seconds, a whole 10 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, but we are still ahead of Sergio Perez at the moment on lap 12 of this Grand Prix. Just a few more laps to go and it'll all be over as we accelerate forward out of lap 15, and that is the end of the race. We are almost there, and that means Hamilton is going to beat us, and our teammate has won the race. Daniel Ricciardo wins, and Lewis Hamilton is going to come in 2nd place, which means we are going to finish in 3rd, so we're going to lose a few points in this round to Lewis Hamilton. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But of course we had a 7-point lead, so we should slightly be still ahead. Just slightly be still ahead. So anyway, we're just about to come around the corner now, and here we go. We cross the line in 3rd place. Wowzers. Fantastic. Well done once again to the Hookster. Started in 5th, finished in 3rd. Not a bad performance, considering he doesn't like the circuit very much. Anyway, there he is. Look, there's Christian Horner with his very, very funny hair. Very, very funny hair indeed. And there is Daniel Ricciardo, who finished in 1st place. Well done to my teammate. Well done indeed, yes. And there's Arava. Yes, F1 YouTuber. One of the team mechanics. Just where he should be. Servicing me. And there's Sergio Perez, who finished in 4th place. God, that sounded dirty. Anyway, let's go on to the podium, and there's Daniel Ricciardo, and there's the Hookster. There's the Hookster. Still getting podiums at 39 years old. 39 years old. He's going to finish like Nigel Mansell. He's going to be about 44 by the time he finishes. 44 years old. Yes. He'll end up in a McLaren. Yes, he'll end up in a McLaren. He'll do 4 races, and then he'll say, "No, the car just doesn't steer properly, mate. Just doesn't steer," and then he'll retire, and that'll be it. Yes, just like Nigel Mansell. Anyway, so after that round, you can see we finished in 3rd place, and in the standings now, we are now just 4 points clear of Lewis Hamilton. Our teammate Daniel Ricciardo is now in 3rd place. Fantastic result, and there we are, still 1st in the constructors' standings. So that is Singapore all done and dusted. 4 points clear of Lewis Hamilton, so it's time to move on to the next Grand Prix. But before we do that, it's time to take out one of those beautiful cars from yesteryear once again. Yes, it's a McLaren from 2007, 8. Not quite sure, but it's one of those. But it's a beautiful car. I just love this era of Formula 1. Just look at all those wing pieces on the car. Just look at the front of the car on the McLaren in 2007/8. Just look at it. Just look at it. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really good. Fantastic. Anyway, so we move on now to Sochi. Yes, it's time for Russia as we get some more parts on the car. Oh no. Oh no. It's going to be a wet quali and a dry race, which is going to cock up our strategy.
Welcome back to Sochi. We're about to be joining the action down in the pit lane as the cars get ready to embark on their qualifying runs.
So here we are at Russia, and as you can see, it is wet. We're on intermediate tyres for our first qualifying run, which means we've had to turn the wings up, unfortunately, because it's going to be a dry race. So there's really nothing we can do about this. So we're going to go into the race with pretty high wings, but we are only going to go out with four wings on, so that's going to give us a little bit more of an advantage for the race. We've got at the moment in 4th position, just behind Fernando Alonso. As we accelerate forward out a little bit later to qualifying, you can see we've made it up into 2nd place now. Yes, 2nd position for the Hookster in these very, very damp conditions. So he's doing really, really well. And our teammate once again has got into pole position, and we are just ahead of Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes. But as you can see from the Delta time, we're almost half a second up at the moment. Yes. As we just come around these final few corners, the qualifying is now over. So are we going to improve on this time? I think we have. Where has it put us though? Where has it put us? And it's 4th position for the race. Fantastic. So there you go then. 4th place for us and 1st place for our teammate, the Honey Badger. Okay then, let's get into this lovely race at the beautiful Russian circuit.
Good afternoon from Sochi as we prepare to get underway for the Russian Grand Prix. The championship battle has some time to go yet, but still expect no quarter to be given here on this circuit that made its debut in 2014 and has already seen some classic racing. Situated just 3 miles. Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Murray, Perez, Esteban Ocon and Van Dorn, Leclerc, Grosjean, Hamilton and Kevin Magnussen. Ricciardo, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Raikkonen, Fernando Alonso and Gasly, Hartley, Sainz, Lance Stroll and Nico Hülkenberg. Sirotkin and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the season's career mode, and we say go, 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 and it's away he goes from 3rd position on the grid. Sebastian Vettel gets off to a rocket ship start, but look at this from Sergio Perez in the Force India Racing Point as we go round now, and we got another Force India just off to the right of us. It's of course Esteban Ocon, but looks to dive down the inside. Is he going to go into turn 1? Yes he does. Oh my god, I'm shutting my eyes. I'm shutting my eyes. Did he get through? Did he get through? Well, he did, but unfortunately Valtteri Bottas also got the undercut on him, so he's actually ahead now. So he's done the second break, and there's contact with the car behind. I think that was Sebastian Vettel, but the Hookster dives down the inside of Valtteri Bottas. Does he get through this time? Yes, he does. Up into the lead. Up into the lead of this Grand Prix after just 2 corners. Fan-bloody-tastic. Get in there. That's exactly what we need in this championship. And where is Lewis Hamilton? What has happened to Lulu? I have no idea, but the Hookster is in the lead of the Grand Prix at Russia. Valtteri Bottas in 2nd place, and of course Perez in that Racing Point, who had a fantastic getaway from the start. Absolutely fantastic. He's currently in 3rd position. Just look back there at the car behind that, of course, is Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes car. Still no news on where Lewis Hamilton is. Just look at the mini-map and we can see wow, he looks like he's about 10th place at the moment. This is not good as we now thread through these very, very tight corners. As you can see, the view from the Hookster just looking through the halo bar. Fan-bloody-tastic. Still holding on to the lead, but can he hold on to it to the end? Well, we're about to find out. We're just about to come round and finish lap 1 and go into lap 2 just around these final few corners, and the Hookster is still holding on desperately to this lead, and in fact desperately to this championship as well. Yes, holding on for grim death as we start lap 2 now. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 2, as you can see, we're still in the lead at the moment. And we put in a fastest lap, but Valtteri Bottas is looking very, very fast right behind us, trying to get past us. Let's see if he does try it. And you can just see from the arrow behind. Yes, he's trying to move down the inside of us. Oh, this is going to get tight, very, very tight indeed. But the Hookster has got the line. He's got the line, and he manages now to still hold on to the lead on lap 3 against Valtteri Bottas. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 3, and Valtteri Bottas is going for a move down the inside this time, and we got a car to the right as well. It's one of the Force Indians, Wowzers, me trousers. He just manages to hold both of them off there and hold on to the lead on lap 3. Perez now in third place, Bottas in second. We accelerate forward to lap 4. Lap 4 just going past the pits. You can see we are still in first place at the moment. Valtteri Bottas is now just 2 tenths behind us in second, and Perez is half a second behind him. And oh, bloody hell, once again Bottas goes for the move down the inside of the Hookster. But what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Is a Force India as well. Oh, this is going to be very, very dicey indeed. Hookster has to go very, very wide there to avoid contact, but the Force India gets past. Yes, the Racing Point has got past. It's Sergio Perez, so he's dropped down to second place. But is he going to do a dive down the inside of Perez into the next turn? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Goes a little bit wide on the exit though, and Perez once again gets past, and so does Valtteri Bottas, and so does one of the Ferraris. I don't believe it is contact with the Ferrari. That's Sebastian Vettel, but we managed to hold on to second place, but we have lost out now to Sergio Perez, who has got past us and into the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 5. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But thankfully we are still ahead of Lewis Hamilton at the moment, which is all important. As we accelerate forward at the end of lap 5, as you can see, Sergio Perez now comes in for his pit stop, but we're going to hold out for a few more laps because we don't want to get held in the pits like we have done the past few races. As we accelerate forward at lap 7. So finally we come in for our pit stop, and you can see we've got quite a bit gap on the cars behind us. Yes, quite a big gap, so we're going to see if we can hold on to that as we now come in for our pit stop. Bottas is now the car behind us, and there's Lewis Hamilton. There he is, already up into third place. Look at this. So the lads change on to the harder tyre. Thank you, lads. Very, very good indeed. Thank you. So we rejoin now. Just looking at the mini-map, you can see, look, the cars are still coming around, but I don't know if we're going to do this. I don't know if we are. We're still at sort of pit lane pace at the moment, but now we are full beans. Giving it the full beans. Are we going to get out before the cars behind? I think we may. Yes, we do. Fantastic. Up back into the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 8 for the Hookster there. Wowzers. We accelerate forward at lap 9. Lap 9. Still holding on to the lead. Valtteri Bottas is a car behind, followed by Lewis Hamilton, of course, our championship rival at the moment. But he is stuck in third place, and we just put in our fastest lap, which just shows that the pace that we have at Sochi from this Red Bull car on lap 10 as we accelerate forward at lap 13. Yes, it's almost the end of the race. And I don't know what's happened to Lewis Hamilton. He has dropped back because he is not being shown on the mini-map. As you can see there, the car behind us now is Valtteri Bottas in the sister Mercedes, and behind him he's got Sebastian Vettel. But what has happened to Lewis Hamilton? I have no idea, but he is not in the running at the moment. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, just a few more corners to go, and it looks like we are going to cross the line and win the race at Russia, at the Sochi circuit, of course, built in 2014 as part of the Olympic Games package. As we just come around the final corner now, cross the line. Yes, get in there, Hookster. First place. Wowzers, me trousers. So there you go then. First place to Hookster. And there once again is Christian Horner with his very, very funny haircut. Look, let's look how black his hair is. I'm sure it's not like that, is it, in real life? No. And there he is, everyone. Look, there's the Hookster. There's the Hookster. 39 years old once again, and this time he's won the bloody race. He's won it. And there is Arava once again. Yes. And there is Kimi Räikkönen, who finished in 7th place in the Ferrari car. So onto the podium then. There you see him. There is the Hookster. Go on, get in there, my son. Get in there. There's his beautiful car as well as he holds up the trophy. He says, I did it again, lads. I did it a bloody again. I don't believe it. And he now sprays a champagne over everyone. Wowzers me trousers. Well, there you go. He won the race. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And as always, there will, of course, be more.
see you up on that.
Later.